Well, a group of people who have family members with rare disorders like cystic fibrosis are calling on the Michigan Senate to approve legislation that would establish a rare disease advisory council. Laura Bonnell, who runs the Bonnell Foundation, former reporter for us here at WWJ, is among those pushing for the legislation, and she joins us live. It's nice to hear from you. Nice to talk to you again, Laura.
And good to talk to you, Greg. Good morning.
Good morning. Why is this so important to set up the council? I know you've been pushing for this for a while, haven't you?
It has been since 2018, and it's important because there are 1 million people in Michigan with a rare disease, and it's important that all of us that have children or are patients and have a rare disease, and for the entire community to have a voice. This Rare Disease Advisory Council, which we call the RDAC, is important because it will be made up of patients, parents, nonprofits, doctors, nurses, insurance company representatives, pharma, geneticists, just a great representation of people that would give information requested by lawmakers about how certain things, bills that they may be looking at, will impact the rare disease community.
Well, what do you say to those who might say, well, we don't need another council, not another, government body or organization to look into these kinds of issues?
It's very important. Everyone knows how important a voice is, and not everyone knows what a person in the rare community is going through and what kind of, everyone can relate to the challenges of prior authorization, waiting to get approved by an insurance company for a drug, or everyone can relate to when you're trying to go on one medication and then the insurance company says, well, you have to try and fail on this medication first, and then we'll give you the one that your doctor prescribes. There are so many examples about bills and laws that need to be addressed by lawmakers, and they're actually working on some currently. So it's really important that you hear from the rare disease community how it impacts them, because it really will, if it's not impacting a parent or a spouse or someone, it will eventually impact everyone in the community, because we will all deal with these issues. And it will, in the long run, save everyone money as well.
Sure, because they might come up with a drug and say, here, try this, it's $1 million, right? That kind of thing.
Well, it's hard to talk about money, too, because, and that's a great point, Greg, because in the rare community, drugs are expensive, because sometimes you have 10 people who have a disease, or you have 40,000 people that have a disease. And so it's really important that pharma is investing in these rare diseases, because if they don't, then these diseases will not have a drug. And most rare diseases don't have a drug to help them. So it is really important.
Laura, I know that you have a personal stake in all of this because you have 2 children, correct, who have cystic fibrosis. So you know this story better than anybody.
Right. Molly and Emily have cystic fibrosis, and this rare disease community is so wonderful. You never want to have a rare disease, but it is a beautiful community because we can all relate. And that's why passing House Bill 4167 is really important. It's been sitting in the Senate for a year, and it's time that it gets passed in this lame duck session, because if not, we would have to start all over again. And this is our 5th sponsor, I believe, since we've been trying with several other bills since 2018. So it's really important.
Is it harder now with the lame duck session? And I know there's a change in leadership coming in the House in January. Is that going to set back the efforts, or are you still hopeful?
Well, if it doesn't pass in a lame duck session, we do have to start over, and we have a great sponsor, Representative Jason Morgan. He has Becker's MD, so he can completely relate to everything that all of us are going through. So we just want Senator Winnie Brinks to ask the full Senate to vote on House Bill 4167 because it did pass the Senate Policy Committee. It already passed the full House with the majority of votes. So it's just really important now to just finish it and get it through.
All right. Is there something people can do? Do you want them to write their lawmakers or call them to say, hey, let's get this thing passed?
Yes, there is, and it would be great because we're almost done. The year is just flying by. So people can either call Senator Winnie Brinks' office or they can email her office. And I know it's sometimes hard to say the number because people might not write it down, but they can either email the Bonnell Foundation or they can go to Senator Winnie Brinks' page and they can find her phone number and her email address there as well. But we're asking everyone to make phone calls and emails on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's December 3rd and 4th, when everyone is back in session, and just flood them with hundreds of phone calls and emails because this is really important to pass.
All right, Laura, it's good to talk to you, and good luck with this effort. Hopefully this will be the time.